Shalom, shalom. It's gonna be a part 2. Esau fucking with the live. My phone, really. So, I'm just wait to see if everything good. And I don't got internet on my other phone right now, so I can't even check. Let's see. Oh boy. Well, anyway, Lord willing, the sound is good because the sound went off on my other live. But yeah, apparently my phone overheated at nighttime, which is crazy because it's not even hot right now. But anyways, let me see. Yeah, that ain't nothing but Satan though. But I'm gonna go continue where I left off. I'm gonna go here to 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 18. And it says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. And that's the time we in, man. Right? As the scriptures say, you know, there's a time and a season for everything upon the earth. And what we telling Jake is, look, this ain't the time to be getting comfortable, having your feet kicked up, you know, in the spirit of partying and you know, taking ease, man. This is the time of urgency. Okay, we in a very serious time right now. You should have a solemn spirit right now, man. Understanding that, you know, what we're up against is a very wicked man. And not only is this man very wicked, but he hates you. He hates you so much that this hatred has carried on from generation to generation. And it's not going to stop until he feel like he's accomplished his hatred, man. Like, as Esau said, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob. That spirit, that thought has carried on since then to this very day. They ain't changed how they feel about you. And the things that's happening is showing you that, okay, now it's time to work. Y'all, you know, we spent so much money. Hey, the water. Yeah, Esau messing with the stream. My phone talking about it overheated, which is not even hot right now, but that ain't nothing but Satan. But yeah, man, we in a big, you know, this is the beginning of sorrows, okay? And it says the beginning of famine and great death. And think, you know, understand that everything that's happening is all gonna be in conjunction. It's gonna be a domino effect, okay? Everything is gonna be a snowball effect with war, right? All of this money being spent and funding the war, that costs money. So that's gonna make it to where things that cost money, or let me say this. All, you know, your food in the stores, all of your goods, the price of that is going to increase. Okay, this money ain't just coming off of a tree. Yeah, they printing money out of thin air, but it's going to affect the economy. All right, they got the strongest military, but their economy is going to be weakened. As they strengthen their military, the economy is going to weaken. Okay, and with a weakened economy, it's going to be a struggle, man. They're taking away jobs. All of these businesses are closing down. Okay, food is getting more expensive. And you got not only hyperinflation, but you got shrinkflation. So not only is the food getting more expensive, but you're getting less of it. So it's going to be a time where it's going to be an engineered famine, where it's not going to be no food, but it's going to be a lack of food. That's what famine is, a lack of bread. And that's going to cause tension between people. So it's a domino effect. And the fact that some people are going to have more access to food than others is going to cause more and more tension between people. People are already fighting amongst each other because of political views and religious views and sexual orientation views and all that bullshit. How much more dire things, you know, things that pertain to the necessities of life, food and water. Well, why is he able to go to work and I can't go to work? You know, things like that. So the Lord is increasing the sorrows, okay? It says, and the powers, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, and it says the powers shall stand in fear, because it's going to come a time where, people are going to stand up, man. People are going to get tired of the different laws being passed and how it's affecting them, man. All right, Jake been being oppressed and being, fed with a small spoon, being given crumbs. But you have these Edomites that's been, living good. They've been, they had their certain lifestyle that they became used to, and now it's being taken away from them. So now they getting mad. You got people getting upset because their way of life is being thrown off. These people are going to start rising up against the powers that be, man, the government. Okay, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. We coming into the fulfillment of 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. It says, verse 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay, so these things that the Lord is sending in the earth, right, the evils, in the beginning. Remember, this is the beginning. So even though these things are bad, it's still going to get worse, because these things happening now is supposed to get your attention, particularly you Israelites. The rest of these people, fuck them. But you Israelites, the Lord is trying to get your attention so that you can listen to him and the message that he's trying to tell you, which is repent, turn from your wicked, right? Like it says in Isaiah 55, let the wicked forsake his way and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and return unto the Lord, for he will abundantly pardon. That's what the Lord wants you to do. Turn back from your wicked ways and repent. Get your life together, man. But Jake, they still is letting it go in one ear and out the other. They still being self-willed. They still want to do and live how they want to. Okay? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right? Amendment meaning correction. Scourges meaning like a whip, a lash. So the Lord is, even in these evils the Lord is sending in the earth, he's having mercy. But Jake, they don't appreciate it. They're not taking this grace period for what it is. They're using it to build up or to add more sin unto sin, man. All right, and again, going back to that domino effect, right? It said plagues. There's going to be certain plagues sent out. Okay, a lot of things have already happened. You have shit being experimented on right now in some lab somewhere. Me personally, I still believe, and I speak as a man, but I still believe that whole time period of all of them train derailments, I still believe that has some significance on what we're going to see coming up. Because everything happens for a reason. All of those different trains that was just randomly tipping over, spilling all kind of damn chemicals and different volatile damn liquids. I believe somehow that's going to play into the plagues and the corruption, man. But we gonna see. We're gonna see. But yeah, man, even with famine, it's gonna come plague, because when people, because people go, they're gonna be forced to do things that they never thought they would do. One of those things being cannibalism. All right, the scriptures speak about, hey, some people gonna eat their kids. Some people gonna be eating themselves. All right, and that's gonna cause diseases. And it's gonna get worse from there, man. Let me continue on, right? Verse 20. Let me read 19 again. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right, it's supposed to be something to get your attention. Just like you whoop your child, you ain't trying to kill your child, but you whooping them so they can understand why you told them not to do what they was doing. You told them, you trying to correct them to put them on a better path. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So, Jake just gonna keep on rebelling. They're gonna keep on getting worse, right? Like it says, why should you be stricken? For you were revoked more and more. So Jake, they keep getting whooped, they keep getting corrected, and then they keep on not only turning back, but getting worse than they was for the shit they're getting whooped for. So the Most High is like, okay, he gonna make a point. He about to cut you off. He ain't gonna deal with you right now at all. You're just going to be considered an enemy on this side, and you're going to have to come and be reborn back in the kingdom after you die a very painful death, man. So 2nd Ezra 8:50, right? This is for those Israelites that don't want to take heed. They don't want to listen to this message. You know, I just watched the video Elder Manata Zakba did, and in the opening video, it was some loudmouth nigga woman talking about, you know what? I just wish you Hebrew Israelites would shut up. Okay, you're gonna get your wish. It's not gonna be on your accord, but you're gonna get your wish. And guess what? The scriptures say that the matter of fact, let me grab it. This is Ezekiel 3:26, right? I was already there in verse 27. Oh no, it's like, yeah. So Ezekiel 3:26, and I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Okay. Jake is so rebellious, they hate the message that we come with, even though this message is for their good. The scripture says, man, to Jake, receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul. So this message that we come with is able to save our souls. You are despising something that's able to deliver you, to keep you and preserve you through a very terrible time, but you don't want it. You despise it. It says they hate, they despise all my counsel, they would none of my reproof. So guess what? Since you hate this reproof so much, the Lord is going to withdraw that reproof. So as the scriptures say, where there is no vision, the people perish. The Lord is going to remove that vision. And guess what? The vision is going to be in full effect. It's going to be taking place. Okay, the vision represents the prophecies. It's not going to be any need to tell you about the prophecy or to speak on the vision and explain it no more, because it's going to be happening. So for that loudmouth, clamorous woman, female, you're going to get your wish, man. The Hebrew Israelites eventually soon are going to shut up. But you're going to wish in that day. You're going to wish you ain't said what you said. And you're going to wish you had access to these men that you despised so much when they was around. You're going to long for that message. You're going to have a urge to hear what them men have to say, but that message is no longer going to be there. And it's going to be to your detriment, man. And anybody else like her, whether it be a man, a woman, or child, that feel the same way. That feel like what we saying is boring, is, you just fear mongering. Oh, y'all think y'all know it all. Y'all just be talking. Everybody's supposed to listen to y'all. Y'all think y'all the ones with the truth and this and that. Don't worry. Because as it says in Ezekiel 33, whether they hear it, whether they forbear. Okay? Well, it says that in Ezekiel 3, the next verse, actually, verse 27, but in Ezekiel 33, it says, they shall know, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Okay? So let me go back. 2nd Ezra 15. Well, actually, I didn't finish 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Why? Because they have walked in great pride. So, as I believe it's in Isaiah, it says how the Most High is about to lay low or bring low all of the lofty and the haughty and bow down their looks, just roughly paraphrasing, right? And him alone shall be exalted in that day. So everybody that's around here proud, they think they got it all figured out. They think they can out-prepare the judgment the Lord is bringing. No. You're not going to escape, man. Okay? Right, like I say, a fire is kindled, and who may quench it? Ain't nobody going to be able to stop what the Lord is bringing. 2nd Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to see more civil war. You're going to see more tension and division in the earth. People are going to start showing more and more hatred towards one another. It's already bad. It's going to get worse, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, right? Sedition meaning, inciting violence against authority. All right. And invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people gonna get tired of depending on the government and going to the government for help. They're gonna start taking things into their own hands. It ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be polite. It's gonna be violent. All right. It's a lot of Americans that's strapped up. A lot of Americans that die hard for their so-called American rights, man, their amendments. And they'll tell you straight up, especially these Edomites, I will die for this. And guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna do that. They're gonna die for it. Okay. Oh, yips. Brother said a police officer, ICE, one of them ICE agents got shot in the neck earlier. And you seen when they pulled up on Levi, right? The so-called Haitians, they wasn't going for that. They was out there giving resistance, man. And hey, we talking about pushback. We just talking about resistance, man. Hey, how much more when blood start getting shed, when these people start bringing out, what they got, and they like, I wish you would come up in my house trying to arrest me, trying to detain me. You ain't gonna leave out here alive. It's gonna be you or me. That's the type of spirit that the Lord is putting on people, man. And that's only gonna increase because people are fed up with the corruption, with the oppression, with the straight up evil that this place is pushing, man. And guess what? Because that officer was shot in the neck, guess what Trump gonna do? He's gonna increase the intensity and the mercilessness, right? He gonna tell his people, hey, shoot on command. If they resist, if they put up any kind of fight, get them out of there. And I ain't talking about detaining them. I'm talking about take them out. You already heard what the officer, the sheriff in Florida said. He said, if you give us any kind of, I forget how he said it, but he pretty much said, if you give us any kind of trouble, if we feel threatened in any kind of way, we will kill you. So don't get in our way. And this is the sheriff, a local police officer. How much more the troops that the Lord, well, it's the Lord, at the end of the day, but how much more the troops that Trump is making active, man? How much more these police that's on payroll? They look again, and we ain't even get to the robots yet that don't got feelings, that don't got no kind of nothing. They not humans. We talking about humans, man. That's on payroll. You pay these niggas. I'm talking about Edomites too. You pay them a certain enough money, and they'll do whatever Esau tell them to do. They will kill you, man. And that's why we telling you Israelites to get the fuck in order, man. Because the Lord is not playing. Let me get a quick precept. And Tawada for that info, because I forgot about that. Let me see. What's it? I believe it's Romans. Yep, Romans 13. And I'm going to start at verse 3 just to get to the point, right? It says, for rulers are not a terror to good works, right? Those who are in authority right now, which are the Edomites, the wicked, they're not a terror unto good works, meaning they're not, the evil that the Lord is allowing them to do is not for the wicked. Excuse me. It's not for the righteous, those who are doing the Lord's will. It's for the wicked. It says the rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Right? So if the Lord gave this man a certain amount of power, and he is literally the Most High created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. He made this man to punish. Specifically you Israelites. He made this man to punish you for your iniquities. Would you not be afraid of this man? It says, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Yeah, if you do what you got to do, if you stay in your lane, if you acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushua in all your ways, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If we continue to do the Lord's will, we ain't got nothing to worry about. Even though he's going to try to come up against us, he's going to try to, we going to still be persecuted. We going to still be in the hell as well, but we good. The Lord has protection among us. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. The rest of these niggas, they don't got the angels of the Lord protecting them. There's no charge given to the angels over them. They don't have no protection. All right. Again, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Going back to, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. If you out here living a wicked ass life, expect the same. All right. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain. Yeah, he ain't just been given the blessing of the sword for no reason. He gonna use it. And his intentions, his target, his what you call them? His crosshairs is on you Israelites. Especially us who's preaching his word, but you ain't exempt either. Just because you denouncing the faith, you rejecting it, you separating yourself from it, you still in his crosshairs. It says, for he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon them that do evil. So guess what's gonna happen, man? The Lord is gonna punish. Okay. So it's even that whole situation of that officer being shot in the neck. Just wait. It's gonna happen real soon. It's gonna happen real soon. Trump is gonna give some kind of order. Something is gonna come from that. He's gonna intensify the what these ICE officers is doing, and he's gonna come down that much harder on you, man. All right. Let me see. Yeah, back to 2 Ezra 15 and verse 16 or verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and we already had Trump put on the travel. It was a travel ban list that Trump came with. It was maybe like eight countries or something like that. And he's thinking about adding another 13 countries, I believe, to keep people from traveling there. And that's gonna increase, man. And that's gonna go from you can't travel to certain countries to you can't travel to certain cities in America. You ain't gonna be able to leave your jurisdiction without going through some kind of checkpoint, going through some kind of, what you call them, whatever, checkpoint. I'm gonna just use that. All right, because hey, man, he about to use the military to the full extent. Salakia, my phone keep overheating for some reason, which is weird. Is if anybody can tell me that if the sound is good or if it went out again. If anybody can give a thumbs up. I don't understand why my phone keep overheating. The water. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on, man. This ain't never happened before, but it is what it is, man. Hey, so I just got out the car. I'm just gonna just walk, but I'm about to finish up in a minute though. But going back to the message at hand, man. Hey, for you Israelites out there, listen, we close, okay? The Most High is about to put his sword in his hand, which is Esau, to full use. Okay, so I'm gonna get a couple more scriptures and then close out. Back in 2 Ezra 15 and 18. All right, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay, so man, yeah, it's right there. We right at the door. Okay, the trouble that the Lord is bringing. Hey, shalom, the trouble that the Lord is bringing, it's a calculated trouble. It's already written from the foundations of the earth, man. And it's already written. You can't escape it. All right, but for us, matter of fact, I'll close out with this. For us who's already taking heed, let us continue to take heed, man. And watch the Lord work, right? I'm going to end with this. Proverbs 1, and I'm going to start at 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. So, let Jake do what they do. They're going to continue to be rebellious. They're going to continue to, be in denial and be self-willed. that's okay. Let them continue to do them, man. That's a better chance for us, you know, to Lord willing be of the elect, right? It says, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. And that echoes what it says in Psalms 91, okay? He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty, which is the protection, the hedge from the evil, all right? And shall be quiet from fear of evil, all right? So, yeah, man, hey, for you, you know, you brothers out there and you few sisters, hey, keep fighting, keep praying, much more, pray. And, you know, let us continue to acknowledge the Lord, man, all right? Lord willing, I pray this lesson was edifying, and the water for the brothers, you know, on the comment board tuning in and, you know, bearing with me through my technical difficulties. Hey, Lord willing, I pray this was edifying. And with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Hey, DTA Bible Boy. Kwame Yashala. Shalom.